Today we're going to discuss when you know you're ready to move to a new country. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Pack Your Bags Up, Get Your Tissues in Your Pocket, and Bon Voyage episode. We're the hosts. My name's MJ.
My name's Adam.
Thanks for joining us on the MJ and Adam Show, where we invite you to become our third friend in this natural English conversation, pick up some new words, vocab, but most of all, get the feeling of English, because that is something you don't find in a textbook.
That's right.
Today, everyone, we're going to be talking about when you're ready to move to a new country. Now, this is a pretty deep topic that many of you will be asking yourselves right now, or possibly in the past, possibly in the future, if you are someone who is really gung-ho about learning English and you want to improve your English, take it to the next step. One great way to do that, possibly the best way, is to move to a country where English is the main language spoken. Now, it can be really scary for many people because you got not only the language to deal with, but the types of people, the community, the culture, the food. There's so many aspects that will be so different from, especially, here in Japan, that can be very shocking, can put you in a depressed state of being homesick and just being scared about even leaving, taking the steps to go because you dread of the bad things that could happen if you move to a new country. So Adam, you moved from Canada to Japan. Have you moved to any other countries?
No, actually, Japan was the
only
country I moved to live in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, that's usually the case. It's a little rare unless you work for the military army where you're hopping and living in different countries.
Right.
But for the most part, just moving once takes a toll and it's a very big decision. So Adam, what made you make the decision to follow through? I'm going to do it. Was it a dream at one point, or was it just like going all in?
It wasn't a dream at first. It only came 2 years before I was going to graduate from university. And
all right,
the reason it came was because, of course, one, I liked Japanese culture and I was in the Japanese club and I was learning Japanese, so that was a big part of it. But one of the main reasons was because I didn't know what I wanted to do after university. And my Japanese class, they invited this program called the JET program to give a talk about living in Japan and teaching in Japan and working in Japan.
Trying to pull you in.
Kind of pull,
become a part of the JET.
Right? And I actually was going to apply for the JET program, but something in my mind was holding me back because I didn't feel that I had the confidence to do it, to move to a rural area of Japan and speak only Japanese, because my Japanese wasn't that good at the time. And I also wanted to live in Osaka. So I had to stop for a second, and I didn't apply to the JET program. I had the letters of recommendation. I had 3 of them. I still have them. I haven't read them yet. So then I didn't end up applying, and I still wanted to go. And I found another company that did kind of the same thing, but it allowed me to live in more of in Osaka, which is where I wanted to live at the time. So then that's when the fuel was set, the coals were in the barbecue, and I had the gas lighter spraying on and a match. I was about to strike the match and light it and go. And then the other reason, of course, was because I had student loans to pay off. So that gave me the ability to live in Japan, work in Japan, and also pay off my student loans. So that was the biggest push that made me realize that I wanted to live in Japan.
Okay.
Of course, learning the language and enjoying the culture and, living there was a big motivating factor. But the bottom motivating factor was being able to earn right after university, not knowing what I wanted to do. And then moving to Japan, it kind of escalated, the amount of effort I wanted to put into living in the country, the amount of things I wanted to learn. And I also wanted to learn about the Japanese mindset as well, which I kind of got the chance to learn. So it was like a snowball. A small desire became a big desire. And I think that's what like pushed me to go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's interesting how you had like an option to take a few different paths. You had this one at the beginning with the JET program, but something about it was saying like, maybe not this way.
Right.
So, okay. So it's an interesting kind of like thing to think about. Like if you have multiple chances, kind of think about what you want to do more instead of just taking the first option that is available.
Yeah.
Maybe wait it out, feel it out a little bit.
Right.
Another thing you mentioned is like you didn't know what to do. You were kind of at a loss.
Right.
A fork in the road, if you will. Like, what am I going to do after university? You had nothing lined up. So here's this possible, like maybe it started, like you were saying, a snowball, a small idea of maybe I could go to Japan.
Yeah.
And it turned into more of a feasible option.
Yeah.
The closer you got to finishing up your university.
Right.
And then you said, you did research and you found a company. So you had a job lined up.
Right.
And I think that's a really, really big one.
Yeah.
To know about what you're going to do, kind of have some like safety when you get to that new country.
Right.
And I think that's a massive one. That hit really hard with me too when I was moving to Japan. Like, I already had a good amount of knowledge from vacationing to Japan many, many times before. I had a base of friends that I knew of already here in Japan. And the place where I was going to live and work was already set up before I left America.
Same.
Even the school that I went to, I took time to come to Japan on a short trip vacation to look at different language schools to see which one I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
So even then I was like, all right, I've decided I'm more confident in like, I know this is going to be a good school for me because I personally I chose it, whatever, like 6 months prior and stuff to coming to Japan. So it's like, for me at the beginning, it did start as a dream, like came to Japan on vacation as a high school kid.
Okay.
And then was like, this is amazing.
Right.
I want to live here
right
someday.
Yeah.
And that was like a seed that was planted. But then I didn't really move on it. And it kind of turned into a chance that happened where I could take this opportunity to live in Japan because I had a job like you. There was a job that I found. Okay, I could do this. And then I was like, my Japanese isn't good. I'm not like you where I studied in university Japanese.
Right.
I didn't at all. So I'm like, all right, if I want to go, like, I think I should really buckle down. I'm not going to learn just by living in the country. I should go to a proper school. So that's when I put that into play as well and had that all lined up and set and ready. But I think the biggest thing that we both had was a love for the culture.
Yeah.
Not so much the country, but the culture. What we knew, the small knowledge that we had about. Right? Yeah. Me watching like anime, manga, reading manga and stuff, having a few Japanese friends in the US, and then same with you, right? With drama, again, anime, friends.
Manga, friends as well. And one more thing that somebody told me, and I might have said this before, and this person was Japanese. And I had gone to Japan on a vacation, probably the year before I decided that I wanted to live in Japan.
Yeah.
I came back and they said, "How's Japan?" I said, "It was fantastic. It's great. And it's a really nice country. And I love it there." They said, "Because you don't live there." I was like, "What?
You love it."
Yeah. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they just said, "Yeah, because you don't live there." And another person, also Japanese, said the same thing. And she's like, yeah, you don't live there. So it was great. It was wonderful. It was like fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah?"
Was it kind of revenge?
Kind of like, I want to know.
I want to show them.
Know what they're talking about. Because from my experience, it was like the best vacation I ever had in my life.
Died and gone to heaven.
Basically, yes. Like, everything was great. But from their point of view, it was great because I didn't live there. So I wanted to know what they were talking about. And that's when, looking for the JET program. The JET program came right after.
Okay.
And then, it kind of like sparked my, what are you talking about? Let me find out. And this is how I'm going to find out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, there. Okay. So those are the big ones, right? To have a love for the culture, I don't believe just the language, because that's not language, that might not keep you there, because there's or you know what, even the love of the culture can be can be a tough thing, because I've seen plenty of people come to Japan from Western countries, like live here and just be like, this isn't for me. So an acceptance, an open mind is very important. You need an open mind, but to be ready, when you're ready is when you've got an open mind, when you have confidence build up, when you have some foundation set before you go to that new country. You don't want to go just on a whim and head out, with like a few $100 in your pocket. Do not go. You need a plan, a specific plan, because this is a big move. This is a big move to move to a new country, a new place where if you don't have any connections, any friends and stuff, it can lead to something that, can be really, really tragic, just scary, traumatizing, if you will. But that's what we think from our personal experience, everyone. These are a few things that you can look at if you are looking to travel to a new country, to move to a new country. From our experience, it's our advice for you.
Yeah.
Hey, but if you're not ready to move to a new country just yet, but you want to improve your English language, jump on our website, do one-on-one English online lessons with me, yours truly, MJ, the one with the stash, and I can help you become more confident with your English conversation. So check it out if you want. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Leave a comment down below what you think about this. Are you someone who is looking to move to a new country? Do you feel you're ready? What are your worries if you are looking to move to a new country? Let us know. We might be able to help you out. Subscribe, like, all that jazz.
Yeah, but that's it. We'll see you on the next
step.